Welcome to the Truly Expat Travel Podcast, where I chat with expats about their favourite holiday destinations. Let's be honest, expats are some of the best travellers around, always planning the next adventure, exploring hidden gems, and finding the best spots wherever they go. So who better to ask for travel inspiration? Thank you so much, Amanda, for coming on. Just for a little bit of backlink, I met Amanda just recently in Sicily, where she did catch me crying because of my driving skills. But yeah, I'm so excited to talk to Amanda because she's got so much knowledge about her destination that she's talking about. So welcome.
Oh, thank you so much for having me today.
So let's get into it. What kind of traveler are you? And how did you get to Salemi?
Yes. So, I've traveled the world for numerous years. I've lived abroad for the last 12 years, and with my former corporate job that I had, I traveled the world extensively. So I've been to probably over 50 countries at this point in time and got to experience a lot. I do a lot of solo travel myself as well because, I don't like to wait for other people to make decisions of like, where are we going to go? Like, no, get on a plane. We've got a good deal to Greece, got a good deal to Sicily, got a good deal here. So I just, I go for it. And what I like to do is, I like to just explore on my own. I'm not afraid to go, to a restaurant by myself or go on a group adventure. I do a lot of like get your guide and Viator kind of trips and things like that too, to experience, a boat trip for a day or a trip to the museum. So I do a lot of that, and I've done a lot of that, over the years. And a country that is just so special to me and to my heart has really been Italy. I've been traveled here so many times for work and personally as well. And there's just something about Italy that just absolutely intrigued me. And, you know, uh, uh, I think coming out of the pandemic, I think a lot of us really reconsidered what we wanted in our lives. And, it's life's too short. That I knew one day I wanted to live in Italy. And it was, the last couple years, it was my mission. Like, it's time to make it happen. So, for the last probably 3 years, I've been scouting in Italy, like where to go and where I could potentially live. I knew I wasn't going to be working because of the visa that I'm on. So, I knew I needed to find a town that was super affordable. I did a lot of travel to Puglia region, so Bari and all those down there. But then I kept seeing these articles about the €1 home program, and a lot of those houses are actually in Sicily.
Yeah.
So I started taking trips over here to Sicily, where I'm based now, and I found this little town that I live in called Salemi. And initially, I arrived at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday that was very cold and rainy, and nobody was out because it was siesta. And I'm like, what's so fascinating about this place? I don't get it. So, but something about the town intrigued me. It's a beautiful little town. And so I came back a second time, and I came back a third time. And over the course of 2 years, I really saw the growth happening within the town. I saw a lot of other foreigners come in. I saw the ceramics school being set up. So there's a lot of buzz happening. So I pulled the trigger. April of 2024, I was here, and I called in and resigned and put my 3-month notice in, and eventually got here. I got here September of 2024.
Yeah.
And so now I live here in Salemi, and this is like, I feel like I'm on vacation almost every day. It's amazing.
And I can say wholeheartedly, I have also fallen in love with Salemi, as you know, and I'm hoping to be your neighbor one day.
I hope so. I hope so too.
Yeah. I'm so excited. And I know that I spoke last time on Sicily and my road trip and my looking for my, you know, destination and where I wanted to. And Salemi wasn't even on my bucket list. It wasn't even, it was just another person mentioned, have you tried Salemi? Like, are you going to go? And I'm like, no, no, I didn't really think of it. And it wasn't until another person said, try it and have a look, you may. And when I went, I was like, this is what I've been looking for. So yeah, so it's not my journey. We're talking about you at the moment, but yes, Salemi is a beautiful town. So where
It's
is it?
beautiful.
So
Oh,
explain where
sorry.
exactly it is. Yeah, go. Sorry.
Yeah, so Salemi is a great location because it's in Western Sicily. It's 45 minutes from Palermo Airport, which is if you've driven there, which I know, it's a straight shot from the airport, which, so it's super quick to get in and out. And if you consider Western Sicily, Salemi's like right in the middle,
Yeah.
which is nice because it's 30 minutes to the beach in the north, 30 minutes to the beach in the west, 30 minutes to the beach in the south. So lots of different beach access. Close to Selinute, which are the ancient ruins. Very close. It's just very easily accessible to all of Western Sicily. So it's a small town. It's only 10,000 people,
Mm.
but the access that it gives you to the rest of Western Sicily is really that makes the ideal location.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is. And so how easy is it to get there? You said so you pretty much said to get to Palermo first. Is that the only way you can get there?
Um, no, I mean,
Yeah.
there's longer routes where
Yeah.
it's usually what I do because depending on where I'm coming from, but a lot of times people fly into Rome and then fly over to Palermo.
Mhm.
The United States has started, a few airlines have done direct flights now from JFK and from Newark Airport into Palermo.
Oh, that's
I
good.
haven't had the opportunity to take those yet, but it is
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Another way that a lot of people come over, if you're based in Europe and you want to drive over, you can take the ferry through Genoa over to Palermo.
Oh, can
Or,
you?
yeah, yeah.
Ah,
It's a
okay.
20-hour overnight ferry, but you can it's like a mini cruise ship and you can book a room and you drive your
Wow.
car right on. You can have your own private suite and yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
haven't done it yet, but it sounds fun for a road trip one day.
I might join you. I might join you, although I don't think I'll be doing the driving.
You can be my passenger.
So there's a few other airports in Sicily though, isn't there?
There's quite a few. Well, surprisingly for how small the island is, there's quite a few. You have Palermo, you have Catania, you have Trapani that a lot of people, because they do more European flights. So
Oh,
coming
okay.
from the UK, you can fly direct into Trapani, which is a smaller, more regional airport as well.
Okay.
So quite a few different ways to get over. I think the only way that's not able to get into Sicily is by train, which is
Okay.
kind of surprising because the train system in Italy, I love it. Like if
Yeah.
I'm on the main part of Italy,
Hmm.
I love the trains, and that's why initially I was thinking about, Bari and Puglia, because then I wouldn't have to have a car, and you know how icy it is driving here, but you do get used to it, I promise. And driving in Sicily is not the same as driving in Rome or
Yeah.
Milan.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't do that. So
Yeah. Actually, to be completely honest, it is easier in Sicily than it is in other areas of Italy that I've traveled to because you've got the highway and stuff, so it's not so bad getting from A to B. And the tolls are easy to access. So if I was to come to Salemi as a tourist, what would a 2-day itinerary look like? What could I do?
Oh, that's a good question. So I'll tell you what I did because it is a small town. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. But it's a great hub to visit all of Western Sicily. So within this town here, what we have, we have museums, we have a castle that you can explore. There's numerous restaurants here. My favorite activity that I do almost, a few times a week is just have a drink up by the castle and watch the
Yeah.
sunset.
Yeah.
that alone, and just sit and people watch. There's lots of festivals that come through town. We had a huge talent show Sunday night. I think the entire town was out, and
That's
it was
cool.
up at the castle. It's outdoor, so it's super nice. So, I would suggest, a day here, going out and about, but again, siestas in the afternoon. So that's a great opportunity to go over to one of the beaches, down to Selinute, over to Marsala. You can go for wine tastings over there. Casalmare di Golfo has numerous beach clubs that you can go to, and they're all about 30 minutes away.
Mm,
So there's quite a few things, yeah, that makes it just a really great hub to
yeah.
explore the rest of Western Sicily and then come back here and, have an aperitivo at the castle, go to Palazzo Monroy for a really good pizza,
Yeah.
and just explore the town. I mean, this town can get very lively in the evening, and usually
Yeah.
things don't kick off until like 10 p.m. It's past my bedtime, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta go home. Like,
I think what you hit the nail on the head before, where you said there's just a buzz. There's just something about the town that I think maybe all the new blood that's coming in and all the new stuff that's happening, that it's gone from exactly what I was looking for, a little town that needed a little bit of injection, and it's happening. It's happening beyond
yeah,
what I was expecting, where a little town might be. So it's definitely the benchmark for the rest of little towns in Sicily.
yes,
Um,
for sure.
and it's funny because I know when I went on a tour with you, so you do like a local tour, which I'll ask you about in a minute, but you kept saying something about, the BBC house. And I'm like, I don't even know what they're talking about. And so it's funny because the other ladies that were on the tour said to me, oh, haven't you seen the BBC show? And I was like, no, what is it? And it's called, is it Amanda's and Alan's Italian Job
Yeah.
or something? I was like, no.
Amanda Allen's Italian Job, yeah.
That's right. Because do you know what? 2 years ago, I don't know if I told you this. 2 years ago, I was on a trip to Greece, and on my plane, I was watching that show, and I called my husband as soon as I got to Greece and said, "I've got an idea. I'd really like to move to Sicily, and I'd like to do what they're doing on this show. Not sure where." And it was weird to know that the town that I ended up falling in love with was that town. What a full circle moment. It was like, oh,
Wow.
yeah. I didn't
So
even
you
know.
have seen it.
So I
So
have
you did.
seen it, but 2 years ago, and I didn't know it was the
Wow.
show that's what it was about. So I have come home and watched it since. I went, oh yes, I remember. And yes, I saw all the people, some people that I had met on my recent trip on the show. I was like, oh my gosh, what a small world.
Yes, absolutely.
So what do you think the standout moment was for you that you thought, yeah, this is a special town?
What made the decision like, okay, I can do this is
Yeah,
the sense of community here.
yeah.
And it was really, I met my real estate agent. I met the friend that was, advertising the town on Facebook. She introduced me to the real estate agent. He introduced me to the Australian couple that's running the ceramics school. And, like you just naturally meet all these different
Mhm.
people. And I think I tell people a lot, if you're looking to make a big move like this, you really need to find your community because
Yeah,
it is tough. I mean,
yeah.
I'm moving here on my own, and a big intercontinental move can be overwhelming and
Mhm.
challenging, and especially with the language, differences and things like that. But knowing that you have a community around you and they're here to help you makes it just a little bit easier. And,
Yeah.
and I haven't regretted that from the day I got here. Everybody, locals included. Okay, you need this? I'll make a call. You need that? Let me call a guy. I know a guy. Everybody knows the guy. So
Yeah, it's so
it's really the
nice.
community that has been incredibly welcoming, including the locals.
Yeah, that's nice.
Because they're excited to see their houses be renovated and see, like, oh, that was my sister's cousin's, nephew's
Yeah,
house.
yeah,
And now you like they see the courtyards coming back to life again and, just energy coming back. And it makes them feel really good too. And I love that we're, you know, hopefully
contributing.
making them proud. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so special, honestly. I hope that in 20 years that it will be so like you wouldn't even realize that it was what it was. Like yeah, I'm quite excited about what's going on in Salemi. So every trip has a surprise. What was something unexpected that you discovered about Salemi?
Oh, I think, you know, seeing the growth that I saw over the course of 3 years, because initially I came here and was like, I don't know about this, but then I was just so intrigued by it. And I kept coming back and I kept coming back and I saw more and more people and I met more and more people. And when you can see the vision of, it's not just a talking point, oh, we're trying to grow the town, because the €1 home program, it happens in multiple cities
Yeah.
throughout Italy. So Salemi's not the only one that has the €1 home
Mm.
program, but this isn't just about selling people houses. This is about building a community. And I think that's what was really surprising. And like, it wasn't what I set out looking for. Like I
Yeah.
was just looking for a house that I can renovate and live in and, just hang out in Sicily. I found a whole community here.
So
And
special.
that's what's so incredibly special about it.
It is. You can feel it when you walk through the streets. You can feel it. It's just it's a very hard thing to put into words, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is a must try local dish or drink that you think someone coming to Salemi needs to try?
Well, absolutely, you must try busciata pasta. That's what Western Sicily is known for. We have a pasta festival here in
Do
Salemi.
you?
It is now a 4-day festival because
Oh, wow.
so many people, we have 70,000 people come through the town.
Wow.
So you can
Wow.
have it. My favorite is like with seafood and
Yeah.
swordfish. Really,
Oh.
really nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would be the food that you must try. And then they created a Salemi spritz. So just like an
Oh.
Aperol spritz,
Oh, yeah.
it's with a mandarin liqueur instead,
Nice.
and it's really nice. So
Nice.
if you like a good spritz, try
Yeah.
Salemi spritz.
That's a great little info. So you said that there's a 4-day festival. When is that?
August 5th through the 9th this year.
Oh, wow. So coming up.
Yeah.
And what does it involve?
A heck of a lot of pasta. So apparently the whole town, there's like different stations and you can
Yeah.
have just different pasta all throughout the town and just walk around and you just drink wine, drink
That sounds
probably
like fun.
local wine and homemade pasta. And I'm curious because I've not been here for this and
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to start getting ready soon. And what's really super nice about the town is like the locals, when we do have festivals, there's a lot of preparation that goes into it. So
Yeah.
as an example, in March, we had the Festival of San Giuseppe, and the whole town is decorated in this bread art. And it
Yeah.
takes the community about 3 weeks to make all the different bread art that's being decorated in all the churches and all the things, the streets. And they invite us in. They're like, well, 8 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock, come on over and you're going to help us get these decorations made. And, we come over and the nanas are showing us how to, do this bread. And of course there's pizza and of course there's wine and desserts and everything. But I can imagine for the Busciata Festival, they'll probably be making pasta for a few weeks before.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready for my invite to come over, make some pasta with us.
So tell us a little bit about this Live Like a Local tour that you're offering now.
Yeah, so my friend Asta and I, so Asta's from Iceland and I'm of course from the United States, and we want to share our love of Sicily with people that are coming through. I think, people, including myself, sometimes you don't know what to do, you don't know what to see. So to have somebody, what Asa and I do, we plan out the week for you as what we would do, living like locals. We have a beach day, we go make pasta with a local nana, we visit some of the sites in Gibellina, we do sunset wine tasting. So basically every day of the week, we have it planned out for you so you don't have to think about the activities. And another reason why it started is we've been I have a decent following now on
That's
TikTok.
very good following.
Yeah, so which that was unexpected, but
Yeah.
it really kicked off by I showed my house on TikTok of this is what $25,000 can buy you here in Sicily, and it was a hit. And
Yeah.
there's been quite a few people that have come over to take a look at houses. So throughout this week of doing these events in Sicily, we also show houses, talk about the house buying process, what's it entail, answer questions so that people can they feel really good if they make a purchase on a house. And that's you're not obligated to buy a house, but
Yeah.
if you leave the week feeling like, okay, this is a really great community and I feel good about, buying a house here, then we did our job. So,
Yeah.
and plus
What
we
a,
have a lot of fun doing it too.
yeah.
We wrapped up another retreat last week and it ended. The place we usually go for wine tasting canceled on us last minute. So we had to change it to a different location and it ended up perfect. And we
Oh,
watched
nice.
the sunset over in Gibellina, had a nice food and appetizers and wine. And it was just, perfect ending to the week. It was so much fun.
Perfect. Oh, how lovely. How lovely. And I'll put all of those details in the show notes for anyone who's interested in watching your TikToks and joining one of your tours.
Oh, thank you so much.
So do you think that there's any cultural experiences that you or interactions with locals that you make trips to Salemi special?
Yeah, the locals they're very, very welcoming. But it is a small town, so they'll know if you're
Yeah.
not from here.
Yeah.
They're so funny. Like the more I get to know them, that yes, they do gossip about us,
Yeah.
foreigners. Yes, they do talk about us. They
Yeah.
know exactly who's not from around here, and they ask, "Who's Americans? Who's that person?"
Yeah. Who's that?
So
Who's that one in flip flops and shorts? Because they're definitely not from Salemi.
yeah. Yeah. Flip-flop shorts, wet hair. Yeah, all the ones that stand out. I mean, when I first moved here, I had pink hair. And I mean, everybody knew me. Everybody knew me. And then when I changed it back to red, they all, like, you wouldn't even expect these 80-year-old guys being like, oh, I like your hair now.
So how's your Italian?
So
Your Italian's doing okay?
it's
Can you?
doing better. Yeah, I just, I go to class with a local. It's actually the mayor's son is my
Okay.
teacher.
Of
And,
course.
well, yeah, of course. Yeah. So, I go with him once a week and he helped me because I was actually interviewed for Italian TV for a show on Sunday, this past Sunday, and it was all in Italian.
Oh,
So,
wow, that's
yeah.
amazing. That is amazing.
So,
What a big, I mean, it's a decent, like, it's scary enough to be interviewed on live on TV, but having to do it in a language that you're just learning is, I mean, yeah, hats off to you.
yeah.
I don't know if I could
So
do it.
it just takes practice every day. Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah, I'm horrible at it. I should learn. I should know more Italian than I do growing up having a father that's Italian. But yeah, it is what it is. What's one thing you wish you had known before you went, or was there a challenge or a travel hack you figured out along the way?
The one challenge that, the driving situation, it's bad enough that yes, where I live, that's the only downside I would say is that it's not easily accessible by public transportation. So,
Mm,
I sort of knew that going in, but then you cannot buy a car until you're a resident.
yeah,
So that meant 8 months of renting a car, which got very, very expensive.
yeah,
And, once you experience the freedom of having a car, of just, like after this call, if I wanted to just, put on my swimsuit and go to the beach, I can,
yeah,
So I think that was, it's a challenge and I'm still sort of working through that, but
yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's something that that was the last thought on my mind. I was like, I'll get residency, I'll buy my house, great times. The car part is a bit of a challenge, but
It's strange that you can't buy a car if you're a resident. Like it just, I don't know.
yeah, you can buy a house, you can
Yeah,
buy
you
a
can live there.
palazzo,
Yeah, I know.
you can live here, but you can't buy a car.
Find that so bizarre, but anyway, that's Italy for you. So, if you could give one tip or a bit of advice about the destination, what would it be?
I would say just enjoy every single minute of it, because, it is, I think my challenge when I first moved here and I first came to Sicily is understanding siesta time as well. I think that can be a challenge, that there is an ebb and a flow to the day here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get discouraged. You may show up in a town and it's dead silent and you're like, what is going on here? Am I missing something? And you probably are, but it's okay. Like, you will figure out the schedule. So I think planning a trip to Sicily, you have to just be aware that in the afternoon, a lot of things are closed.
Yeah.
And take that time to take a rest like everybody else is. Take that time to head to the beach. The beaches don't close,
Yeah.
take that time to do something else. But if you're planning an itinerary, you have to be a little bit flexible with that, because it was something that I had to get really used to the first couple of weeks of being here. And even when I first came to visit, a lot of times, because, if you like to sleep in the morning and roll out of bed at 12 o'clock, go to eat, and then think you're going to start sightseeing and stuff. No, you're not.
Yeah. It's not that place.
Yeah.
And is it?
Oh, you got your time wrong. So,
is it seasonal? Like, do the shops close during winter, like restaurants and stuff?
It's all year round. Yeah,
That's all year round.
All year round.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's nice because
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just saying, not all towns are like that, so it's good.
No, I mean, if you go to, like, Milan, Rome, all those kind of places, you're not going to find that issue. In Sicily, you will. And I found you find some workarounds too. Like, I know, if you're in Sicily, you definitely want to try all things Italian food, and it's delicious and everything. But you should also know that there's a lot of good Japanese restaurants as well, and sushi restaurants, and they are open different hours. They don't take siesta. So if you're looking.
Oh, that's good to know. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
There is a lot of sushi places in Italy. Like, a lot. It's bizarre. It's the one cuisine I never thought that I would find in Italy, but yeah, they love their.
Well, but we're so near the Mediterranean, and there's so much fresh fish.
Yeah,
So,
it does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's funny because I've talked about it on my TikTok too, that the sushi restaurants, because watching Italians try to use chopsticks is probably the funniest thing. And all the different noodles, like there's udon noodles, glass noodles, they're all called spaghetti on the menu. Just for ease. Hilarious.
Do you know the weird thing was when I lived in Japan, having Italian food in Japan was weird because they would put it all in like a Japanese hot pot thing and call it like spaghetti, but it wasn't. It was noodles. It was bizarre. It was so weird. So I guess it's the roles are reversed.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you, Amanda. I know you're busy. I know you've got lots on today. It's a morning there for you.
Yeah.
Thanks again for that. I really appreciate all that information about Salemi, because it honestly is one of my favorite. It is my favorite destination right now because I'm gonna buy a house there.
We're gonna be neighbors.
Yay! Thank you. So join us again next week on Truly Expat Travel Podcast, where I have another exciting destination in a world that's too big to be left unexplored. Ciao for now.